Apparently, if you're getting food stamps or EBT, right, and plus the migrants on those same debit cards are also getting cash payments, like thousands of
Right.
dollars in cash payments. What happens is when you go and you swipe that card at a retailer, right, and they give you a receipt, on the receipt it says what your remaining balance is on that card,
Mhm.
right? The cash balance and the food stamp balance. Illegal migrant, they getting them in New York. I reported on it on the Millionaire Morning Show. I've been reporting on it for over a year. They getting them in New York. They giving them free debit cards with money, and they load money on the cards, and they giving them this money, right? And so the migrant went to the grocery store, bought stuff, and then the total was like $24. They left the receipt because they don't care. Because often at times we say, "Oh, we don't care about the receipt, throw it away." They left the receipt, and on the receipt itself, it basically showed a balance of over $13,000 in food stamps and over $5,000 in cash left. And
What?
yes, because they giving them away
Man,
free money.
nah,
They giving them free
ain't
money
no
in
way.
debit cards in New York, and so
Ain't no way.
people are going insane over it. And so this was one of the reactions to it on TikTok of a woman that basically was expressing why she was so disgusted with our federal government and the fact that the Biden administration, which included Kamala Harris, why should we vote for them when they won't answer the question as to how it is that they let this happen in the first place? So take a look at a little bit of it.
Common Sense 101. I got your big reason why you better not freaking vote for Kamala Harris. This X post made me so mad I almost threw the damn phone across the room. I need a goody powder because I have a headache. Why is it this illegal alien, this so-called migrant from Venezuela, left a receipt at the cash register in one of the New York City bodegas? Hold up. I'm going to tell you. Why is it that this heifer, who has never put anything into this country, never worked in this country, never paid Social Security tax, never paid a property tax, never put into the IRS, never paid anything into anything, came here with her damn hands stuck out, came from shithole country, wherever the hell you from. This individual left the receipt where she had just bought some food at the bodega. Okay? Her food stamp balance, let me make sure I'm getting this right, on her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card, her food stamp balance is $13,401.82 for 1 month. That's this individual's food stamp balance for 1 month. Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance after you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever. But somehow, this bitch who has literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm going to say it again. This bizatch who has never paid anything into this system is somehow worthy to get $13,401.82. Cash balance is $4,498.85. The fuck?
So I'm gonna stop it there, and I'm gonna actually show the picture. I just found it, so I'm working behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? This is the actual photo right here. All right. So as you can see it, all right, the cash balance is 13,401, or the EBT balance, the food balance, $13,401.82. Their cash balance that they can take out and do whatever they want to is $4,498.85, and they spent on EBT $24.82 at the store. So this is the thing that everybody is looking at.
Hey, listen.
Thoughts?
Hey, listen. They got to run. What was that? That stimulus package? They got to run that back. They got to run that back. Like for sure. Like they got it. They owe the people of this country. Period. Period. You
I've been talking
cannot
about
do
this on the
that.
Millionaire Morning Show the whole time, bro.
You cannot do that. Like the housing thing. Like
But
man,
wait. Let's back up though, Slimmy. Who's the author of this migrant crisis? This illegal migrant crisis that's coming into this country in the first place. It's it's your borders are ours, bro. I don't know how we don't hold them accountable for this. How do we just vote based off of that, but we don't hold them accountable for this? I'm confused. I'm genuinely
man.
But
confused.
you gotta
Very.
realize the same people that allowed this to happen were the people that was calling Trump racist for closing our borders.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Like
And
everybody was
and like
complaining about that
they
wall.
slammed Trump so hard for being such a nationalist. And that's okay. Cause I was watching the Olympics today and the Chinese won. I was about to put on my Facebook, I hate the Chinese. And I was like, I can't even fucking say that. You know what I mean?
You gonna get censored like a motherfucker? Hell yeah.
I would get
Yeah,
censored.
you
I
get
would get
smoked for that.
fired. Nigga, everybody gonna be rude as fuck. And I was like, I should be able to say I hate another country in our country without nothing happening to me, but I can't.
But what's so funny
This
is you can't say all that, right? But you can talk about black people all day. You can say
That's a
nigga all
fact.
day.
That's a fact. That's a
I
fact.
wonder why.
this shit wild, man.
That's a fact.
But
I don't get like, yeah, they get money, but why that amount? Why that's a lot, nigga. I don't eat $13,000 worth of food a month. That's so much food. Like shit.
I don't
and
know.
then you got to remember if you don't use it all, it rolls over.
Yep, it does roll over, so you never run out of it. Let me put that arrow right there just to let y'all see that. I want to make sure that we are absolutely positively highlighting the exact part where we need to be speaking towards. It's all of this right here.
But the other problem that I have is, I when I was in college, I had friends that signed up for welfare, and they literally had to bring the kitchen sink just to get like 100 and something dollars,
Yeah.
right? Like you got to show this, your birth certificate. Are you a dependent? Are you this, that, and the third? How in the world with no social security card, no, like you can't prove that you have a job,
Yeah,
with like nothing, you're able to get it. At this point, everybody here might as well just go to Mexico, lose your passport, and just walk across the border, and you'll be fine. You got a better chance of
yeah.
doing that
Hey,
than
hey,
actually getting a
Mika,
job
Mika.
at this
That
point.
was a good point. I ain't think about that. They don't have a social security card.
No,
How are
how
they
are you
able to?
putting this through a
How are
governmental
they able to?
system
Oh
with
my
none of that?
god, man, this is insane. This is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how people
Oh
still
man.
vote for this woman and this administration. And at some point, nobody is not asking a tough, uncomfortable question to this administration about what it is that's happening. I just don't see how they're able to get away with this, and people are still cool talking about the policies, talking about the issues. This is the fucking policies and the issues.
You know what's crazy about this is like everybody was complaining about that wall, which I never thought was gonna get built anyway. But everybody was complaining about that shit. Look at what's happened 7 years later. It's technically 8,
Yep.
but this is like what? Everybody was complaining about that shit, man. Like, and now this shit is really out of control. This shit is
But they
beyond
want to
out of
make it
control.
seem
Like
like
they
it's not
can't
in the
reverse
forefront of
this.
news.
They
It's
cannot
not in the
reverse
forefront of
this.
news. Like for the liberals, it's not in the forefront of news. So with them, they don't see this. They're not seeing this. And you got to remember, most people that are like extremely biased, right? That don't even look at the other side, even if you don't agree with it, they're in a bubble. So they have this little bit of space right here, and they don't push this to them. I rarely see the migrant thing being an issue on CNN other than or MSNBC other than them saying something about Texas. Or why in DC do they send them to the vice president house? Because here in DC they buy the busload and they send them right to the White House, and then they just be standing out there. Crazy.
No, see, like I keep seeing people talk about reparations in the chat, man. Like, no, man, that shit dead, man. You don't beg no oppressors for shit,
But you
and
can't get,
and
but you're not going to
every
be able to get it anyway. Like, if Kamala Harris gets to be black, you know how many Indians is going to get reparations? You know how many Jamaicans is going to get reparations? You know how many, like,
and when I say oppressors, I mean everybody is oppressed. Everybody. It ain't just one group. Everybody is oppressed by the government. Period. Except for these immigrants, obviously, because they getting all
oh
type of
no,
shit.
I don't feel oppressed. I don't feel oppressed.
No,
they're,
well, when I say that, I mean we pay taxes. Shit, I don't want that shit taken away from me.
I do think
but
that
You know,
tax
and
is
then and then
fraud.
they and then they taking your tax money and they're literally giving it to this EBT shit right here. They literally just giving it. This
I
is where
agree
your
with you
tax
now,
money
Slim.
goes.
I agree with you, Slimmy.
This is
But that's
insane.
but that's the people's fault, right? Even all the way back to what we call an income tax, right? According to the Constitution, we're not actually supposed to be paying an income tax. That was during war. And so now we're
That's
paying it
true.
because there's every time they do this, there's no sunset clause. Nobody
Oh,
asks them
Mika,
to do the
you are
sunset
killing
clause.
it today. You are, Mika, you are
Wow.
expressing and absolutely illustrating perfectly and beautifully the words. You see how Mika love this game, Quentin? Mika love this shit. That's why they call her pop culture. She is taking the word. You know what, Mika? I was literally about to talk about how the fact that it's supposed to be a removal of these things, or it was supposed to be a removal of these things after certain things. They left them in place in order to continue to leverage it and make money and put it into federal government, especially to fill holes. We were supposed to have tariffs. We were supposed to have tolls. And that was the way in which we were supposed to be paying for the majority of what's happening in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Structure. You're taxing other countries to be able to do business or ship goods and services in the United States of America, and that's the way that we were supposed to build up and leverage. And then they instituted a tax in order to, obviously support different wars and things like that. But like Mika said, there was
Yep.
no sunset clause, which then didn't prevent them from being able to roll it back and retract it after we were then done for what we was raising it for in the first place, and they left it in place. And now we're up to the point to where they're saying, well, we're going to tax this person, we're going to tax these people, and they raising y'all taxes. And in Cook County is people that got an 86% raise in their property taxes with no representation. Mika, you own this shit today.
Yeah. That's what just happened. That's what just happened to me. Everybody ran from the quote unquote rich black county, which is PG
Yep.
County here in Maryland. Everybody ran down to Southern Maryland, but they voted the same.
Yep.
So the same people are now in charge in my county, and my mortgage went up, right? But I have a fixed mortgage. Well, how does that happen? Well, property taxes went up because the
Yep.
voting block changed
Talk to him,
the
Mika.
legislator.
Talk to him,
So
Mika. Oh
there
my
it is.
God, this girl is looking more and more attractive. At the more she talk about money, finances, taxes, I'm like, Jesus. See, y'all keep
She ain't just a
oogling
pretty
over.
face.
Y'all oogling over whether or not y'all think she cute. I'm oogling over whether or not she talking that shit.
She
She
Lord
ain't
talking my
just
Jesus.
a pretty
language.
face, man.
No, she
She be
own it.
talking
She
that
own it
talk. She be
100%.
talking that talk, man. She
She
be
own
talk.
it 100%.
She about that shit.
Yeah,
She
it's
about that shit.
crazy. That's why I don't understand how people can vote for it. Like all this other stuff, yeah, it's fine, but when you get down to it, that party just does a lot. I mean, the government in general, but they're slick with it. The Democrats
Hey,
are slick with it.
man. Hey, listen. They literally, they literally run the same plays. They don't have to
Hmm.
change up. They don't have to do shit. All they gotta do is say, "You ain't black if you don't vote for us," and literally, magic happens. Motherfuckers just lose their mind.
Yeah.
That shit is insane, man. Hey,
But it's like Anton said though, when they made that play with Kamala, they knew what they were doing, right? They if you wait to the last minute, it's like, well, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We don't have time. We can't let Trump get in. So you can't really it's not really enough time to ask questions. And
Yep,
by the time she's in, it's too late. So they're playing it good. Really good.
I agree. I agree a
How,
hundred.
how much time do you need to ask the pertinent questions for someone to make a decision if I'm going to vote for you tonight? I
You
what
know what the
I don't.
problem is though?
Hmm.
You know what the problem is though? Is that, and Trump kind of stated it. He stated it on the Fox News interview. He said, even if we do debate, because some people are saying that he agreed to a debate on September 4th. He said the problem with it is two things. He said, number one, he don't agree with the platforms that's financially benefiting from the debates because he don't necessarily agree with them. That's number one. But the bigger issue is that a lot of people have already voted, especially with absentee ballots, by the time that the debate take place. So it's all for nothing. It's all for nothing because most people have already made up their minds. Well, it's some people. It's a lot of people that's changing now. But before, for the most part, it's a lot of people that already made up in their mind that they either gonna vote red or they gonna vote blue. That's just the facts. And so anybody that's on the fence or that's able to be convinced, um, I think that the question that Quentin asked was relevant. How many times?
Hmm.
I mean, how much time do you have to ask that question? But here's the
mm,
here's the real question from that, Quinn. It's not how much time does it take to ask the question, because the people are asking a question already have the answer. It really doesn't even matter how they answer because we have the results of your record, of their record, of how it is that they operated within the federal government. The problem is how long does it take people to be able to process it to realize that they need to vote one way or the other. The processing time for humans is insane, bro, before they
man.
wake up and they start to catch it and they be like, you know what? Maybe we do got it wrong. The processing time is the issue. We all know what the problems are. Everybody here, it's almost like your neighborhood. We know who the killers are. We know who the dealers are. We know who the thugs are. We know who the stealers are. But how long it takes for us to register that, man, this is fucked up for me.
Hmm.
And I think that a lot of times that don't really hit us until after we have a life event. It's not until you get laid off. It's not until somebody gets sick in your family, right? Until we have that aha moment because the information and the insight is already there. But how it is that we process it is based off of our own life experiences. That's why the processing time is so long. That's why they call it the honeymoon phase. When Kamala Harris first got announced, it was called the honeymoon phase because everybody was rocking with her just because she was black, and they was tired of the fact that Biden was over there looking like a mumbling idiot. So it seemed like it was just like, oh man, yeah, we finally got something. But now that the honeymoon phase is over and we starting to mine it out and we saying, wait a minute, wait a minute. Remember that guy 4 years ago appearing on Vice and he said that Kamala Harris and her team locked him up unjustly and had evidence to get him a release, but they didn't want to get him released. And then we got
They
Judge Jim
had
Brown saying that his experience with her, and you remember, and we recalling all of the stuff from these migrants that we've been talking about for the last 2 years, as far as how it is that they getting these debit cards, and people just now starting to remember that she was designated as the border czar, and they starting to realize that wait a minute, why is she appearing on RuPaul's Drag Race? And now it's starting to hit people and they waking the fuck up and they're like, wait a minute, you ain't gonna bully me and telling me that I need to vote for her because she black and then I ain't on code or I lose my blackness all of a sudden just because other people saying that I'm not voting for her. I can think for
Hmm.
my motherfucking self. And so it's now starting to resonate with people. And so you need time for people to start to grasp the reality of it and say, hold on, is this in the best interest of me? Because I ain't been able to go to the grocery store and get a full basket of groceries in a long time. It hit different.
That's a fact, man.
But you know what? With all that said, Anton, you would think with the last 4 years, and especially the last year and a half, that that would have resonated already.
It take
It's
8 years
like
for people to really
it's not.
figure it out. Listen, we had Bush the second for 8 years. We had Obama for fucking 8 years.
Hmm.
It take a while for people to really suffer and figure it out.
But at least with those, right? It was a continuous kick in the can. This has been accelerated for the last 4 years. Like it went literally from $2 gas to $7.
Yeah.
Like it's accelerated. So I would think that processing
Who
time that
got
you're talking
$7
about
gas? I got $7
will kind of.
gas.
In California, it
Oh,
do.
oh yeah, California's
So,
like $7.
yeah,
Here
that's hell
in
in
DC
California.
it's like 5.
In parts of California, not all of California. Parts of California you can get.
Yeah, DC's like 5.
So, hell yeah, in California it's high as hell. They be taxing the hell out of y'all. It's bad. It's just bad. It's absolutely bad, and people don't figure it out until it's too late. And
Hmm.
stock market is fucking crashing, which is an opportunity to buy for some of us. And people is getting laid off in every single industry. It's
Right.
layoffs everywhere. And if you go and you just look at what's trending on TikTok, for example, one of the biggest things that's trending is not even the gender war or dick versus pussy or anything like that. The biggest thing that's trending is it's hard to find a job.
Mm.
And so now the sentiment is if you got a decent job, hold on to that shit. Hold on. Don't jump off the bandwagon yet. It is not, don't do it. Chill out. Hold on. Hold on to your good thing. You know, you don't want to be in a position to where you left because it ain't as sweet no more. Jobs ain't plentiful. All of that. It's
Yeah.
rough. It's getting rougher. Low key,
Yeah.
it's getting rougher and rougher for people every single day. Honestly, it's getting
It
bad.
is.
It's getting bad. It's not a lot of places that's hiring great workers. It's not a lot of high paying jobs that's getting to it anymore. It's getting worse. It's getting worse everywhere. And
Yep.
they want to hurry up and get the selection on because, you know, the longer that we wait, the more that people suffer, the more they're gonna go to the other side. Usually people go to the opposite side of whatever the administration is that they suffering from.
Yeah. Um, I think they're going to use the Joe Biden basement strategy.
Explain.
Well, you know how Joe Biden basically didn't really campaign. You didn't really see him. He was a couple of places, but they didn't want to really have him out because they knew he was on the decline then.
Yeah.
So everything he did was literally from the basement. Kamala is doing the same thing. She's not really campaigning. Like you're not really seeing her out. Like you can't catch her as a reporter, going somewhere and be like, "Hey, Kamala, what about the such and such such such?" Because she's not outside, as she
Yeah.
calls it.
Yep.
I think this is about be the biggest landslide for a president that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that by the time we get to November, it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, I don't think it's even gonna be close. I think we're gonna be night night by 8 o'clock on election night.
I'm gonna be,
Go to bed.
I'm gonna be live streaming it. I'm gonna be live streaming it the whole time. That
Almost
might
can
be
already get her concession speech ready early.
that might be a marathon stream. I'm gonna be prepared for that one in November. That's gonna be a marathon stream. I don't know what day of the week that one is.
Hold on, let's Google election
I think it's
day.
Tuesday, right? It's always usually
Yeah,
on
it's usually on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah,
Always a Tuesday.
like the first Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
So I'm.
November
Uh,
the 5th. It's November the 5th.
What day is? That's a Tuesday, right? It's usually on Tuesday.
Yep. Tuesday, November
Mm-hmm.
the 5th.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna
So,
be a marathon stream to me for me that day. So I'm gonna be planning it out. I'm gonna be. I got my. I don't even want to talk about my strategy. I got my political correspondent friends on deck. I'm telling you, I got all dog. I'm gonna be better than the news network on that day. I'm gonna be better than.
locked in.
wear a shirt and a red tie.
I'm gonna be
Locked
better than
in.
the news network. I got mayors on deck. I got a bunch of people on deck. I got my political team on deck. November 5th is going to be a phenomenal day. That day, we're going to be switching back
Yeah.
before between networks. I'll probably be streaming two different things on both networks from two different views. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Hey, don't even talk about it, bro. Don't, yeah, because it might get. No, don't talk about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Nobody's stealing. Don't, no.
What? No, because what Anton said last time when he said something that he wanted to do, and Q said, she said, Anton, don't talk about it. He was like, "Get these things been
Yeah, ain't
ordered.
nobody going to do
They're
nothing.
not gonna do."
Ain't nobody going to do nothing. It ain't going to make no difference. So, I mean, they don't have they don't got my connections. They don't know what the fuck I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got real connections for real in real life.
Hell
So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
it don't make no
Crazy.
difference. We gonna kick it. We gonna run it up, and we gonna take care of business. Any final thoughts before we wrap up and I read the super chats?
They gotta pay the people, man. They gotta run that shit back, man. On the package, the stimulus package. You can't do shit like this. You can't do shit like this. That's playing in the American people's face. Like you cannot do that. And like it should be way more of an uproar. This should be on every motherfucking news network. Man, like this should be everywhere.
Yeah,
Why is this a secret?
yeah, I agree.
I mean, like literally, why are we talking about this? Like this, we should have been the last people to break. This should not be breaking news, really. This shit should have been broke out. Motherfuckers should have been known about this, and they should have been offended.
Yeah. Well,
That shit is
the news
crazy.
is the right hand, and the people are the culture. But if the people aren't gonna push back on it,
Well,
the government's not gonna do it.
well, that's where we at. Quentin, any final thoughts? And then I'm gonna read the super chats.
No. I just like ultimately like we talk about this all the time. And I was like, it can't be fixed because no matter who wins, somebody's gonna feel slighted. You know what I mean? Type of thing.